Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, Man United. Marcus Rashford's Manchester United career is hanging by a thread, and it looks like there's only one option left. After turning down moves to Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and refusing to join any London club, the list of suitors is shrinking fast. With Barcelona his dream destination, but strapped financially, a loan exit might be the only escape route. Ruben Amorin has already made it clear, Rashford doesn't fit his system, so where next for the United star? Marcus Rashford might only have one Manchester United exit option left after already ruling out 3 Premier League rivals. The Red Devils Academy graduate is fully expected to leave Old Trafford this summer after an explosive season. He was axed from the squad entirely by Ruben Amorin before joining Aston Villa on loan. Villa had a 40 million option to make the deal permanent, but despite his promising displays in the Midlands, they chose not to re-sign him. That has left Rashford in an uncertain position regarding his future, but even then, Rashford has a list of criteria for his next club. According to the Manchester Evening News, the forward is not prepared to take a wage cut on his current £325,000 a week package, which only a few clubs could afford. It is suggested that Rashford has already turned down moves to both Saudi Arabia and Turkey. He is open to a rival Premier League side, but he does not want to move to London, which would see the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea and Tottenham all out of the race for his services. It is further detailed that United Chiefs expect Rashford to move abroad, having put a move to Barcelona at the top of his list. The Catalan Giants have an interest in Rashford, but are currently attempting to thrash out a deal for Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams, which will stretch their finances. A loan move now looks to be the only route out of Old Trafford for Rashford this summer, and he will hope to get his future sorted soon after Ruben Amorin made his feelings about a reintegration into the squad very clear. The United boss banished the forward alongside 3 colleagues from the club's pre-season tour, alongside Anthony, Alejandro Garnacho and Jadon Sancho. Explaining Rashford's initial omission back in February, Amorim said, "What I say is I couldn't put Marcus to see the way you're supposed to play football and to train the way I see it. And sometimes you have one player who is really good with one coach and the same player with another coach is different. I just wish the best to Rashford and Unai Emery, and they can connect because he's a very good player." He added, "The case was some of the guys don't adapt the way I see football, the other guys adapt, and we are trying to build the team." It's something that you feel as a coach and a player. It's quite normal, it happened with a lot of coaches. The important thing is that I'm here saying it was my decision. Manchester United's summer overhaul is well underway, and Matheus Cunha is just the beginning. As Ruben Amorim shapes his squad, some big names are on the chopping block. Marcus Rashford is linked with a shock loan to Newcastle, while Rasmus Hojlund and Alejandro Garnacho are also attracting serious attention. With exits looming and new signings on the horizon, here's the latest on United's bold summer rebuild. Manchester United's summer rebuild is already well underway thanks to the capture of Matheus Cunha, but there's more to come. The Brazil international is the first of what many expect to be a run of signings as Ruben Amorim looks to streamline his squad. United have confirmed Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans and Christian Eriksen will leave upon the expiry of their contracts, though Tom Heaton is due to extend his stay. Those leaving for nothing are unlikely to be the only players to depart, though. If Amorim wants to further strengthen his squad without the financial benefit of European football, he may well need to sanction further sales. Alejandro Garnacho is among those who could fetch a tidy sum, though early reports of a Serie A move for Rasmus Hojlund have grown quieter of late. Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Anthony are all expected to be surplus to requirements of ending last season out on loan. Real Betis are hopeful of keeping Anthony at the club, though Chelsea's feelings about Sancho were rather different. We've got an update on Rashford for you today, as well as a handful of other lines. Here's Mirror Football's latest round of updates from around Old Trafford. Newcastle United could be about to offer Marcus Rashford a route out of Old Trafford. The Magpies could also offer the England star a chance of Champions League football, though there's still work to be done. According to The Sun, Newcastle's preference is for a season-long loan, while Manchester United would prefer a permanent sale. Rashford's current deal runs until 2028, and he is one of the highest earners in the Premier League. Rashford impressed on loan at Aston Villa last term, but their failure to qualify for the Champions League makes a return unlikely. Barcelona have begun to look elsewhere despite previous interest, with Nico Williams close to a move at the time of writing. Former Everton star Pat Nevin has called on the club to raid Manchester United for Rasmus Hojlund. Danish frontman Hojlund struggled in front of goal last season, but Nevin believes a move to Merseyside could be the perfect fit. There are 2 or 3 players that they could think about bringing in from Manchester United, but Rasmus Hojlund is the one that sticks out, Nevin told Spin Genie after urging Everton to look at the loan market. If you look at his style of play, it's a perfect match with how David Moyes likes to play. While his numbers haven't been great this season, Moyes loves hard workers, and that's something you can never complain about in regards to Hojlund. It's not very often David Moyes has had a 20-30 goals per season striker. He's had strikers who run in behind and create space to bring others into play, so if he's available, Hojlund could be a tempting option for Everton to sign on loan. Chelsea should steer clear of a move for Alejandro Garnacho, according to their former midfielder Emmanuel Petit. Speaking to TalkSport Bet, Petit argued the Argentine's visible frustration in recent weeks is a concern. Chelsea should steer clear of Alejandro Garnacho. He might be a decent guy, but I didn't like his behaviour on Manchester United's tour, Petit said. He is showing frustration, but has had a lot of chances to show his potential on the pitch, but still we don't know what to expect from him. He gives 100% and shows great commitment, but we haven't seen him really improve as a player. The mentality is there on the pitch, but he hasn't been improving step by step. Chelsea already have wingers in similar situations with the same frustrations. Signing Garnacho is not a good idea. Manchester United's bold ambition to win the Premier League by 2028 has been torn apart by club legend Teddy Sheringham. With United coming off their worst ever finish 15th last season, Sheringham branded the plan pie in the sky and warned Ruben Amorin could be sacked if things don't improve fast. He also urged the club to sell underperformers and gave his take on Bruno Fernandes and Rasmus Hojlund's futures. Here's everything Sheringham had to say and why his comments could strike a nerve at Old Trafford. Manchester United's plan to win the Premier League title by 2028 has been ridiculed by former striker Teddy Sheringham, who branded it pie in the sky. Sheringham also claimed United boss Ruben Amorin will be sacked if he makes a poor start to the new campaign after ending last season in 15th place, their lowest ever Premier League finish. Despite that shambolic season, United chief executive Omar Barada has doubled down on his belief they will lift the Premier League trophy by 20. Barada launched Project 150, the aim of which is for United to win a 21st League title by 2028, the year the club celebrates its 150th anniversary. But after 18 league defeats last season and the failure to secure European football for only the second time in 35 years, Sheringham accused Barada of living in dreamland with his title claim. Omar Barada's comments are dreamlike, said Sheringham. In football clubs, you've got to have small steps to get to places. If you see those small steps and are encouraged and moving in the right direction, that's when you start looking positively at the future. But when people come out with quotes like that, it can be pie in the sky when you've got to give the manager time to get things right. For United, the results must improve. It can't go on like this. The way the talk is, it's all right, we're gearing for next year, everything is okay for next season, but I think they're a long way off being anything like the United of old, and the pressure will be on Amorim, without a doubt. If he starts the season like the end of last season, there's only one way things will go. Sheringham, who scored in United's dramatic 2-1 Champions League final win over Bayern Munich in 1999 to clinch the treble, also said every player should be up for sale, apart from skipper Bruno Fernandes. Any player that's underachieving at United would be surplus to requirements, said Sheringham. And there's not a lot of players at United who are playing at the top of their form other than Fernandes. So I would think that any offers that come in for anyone playing for United would be very welcome to be able to get players out and to get others in. Sometimes players fall off a cliff, but I can't see him, Fernandes, doing that. He's still got the appetite to go out and do better and lead by example. But if Fergie had an offer of £100 million for one of his 31-year-old players, going on 32 for the business end of the football club, you'd have to think about things like that. Sheringham also said he has sympathy for United striker Rasmus Hojlund, who managed just 10 goals last season, claiming the service provided by his teammates is simply not good enough. We've been speaking about Hojlund for a good couple of years now, said Sheringham. First and foremost, I still think he's a decent striker. I just think he's been starved of service at United. The way they play with two out-and-out wingers, no real support apart from Fernandes getting forward. It's all about the service for centre forwards, and he's had none. I struggle to think about any striker that you could put in there that would suffer from the same service and still score goals. You'd have to be some player like Didier Drogba, who did things on his own at times, to score goals. Being a young man as Hojlund is, and coming into a new country and into the Premier League, trying to understand it, I think he's had a tough ride.